we have Carolina from New York. She is a vegan. Uh, she follows the lifestyle which is completely vegan, a peaceful lifestyle based on plant-based diet. She is a blogger, and she is living this lifestyle because she is passionate about that and she believes in this lifestyle. So Carolina, please tell us that how you got into this lifestyle and how you transformed, how you evolved.
So I first turned vegan after seeing this video on Twitter. It was a PETA video, and it shows what goes on in pig farms. So there was like obviously a lot of explicit animal abuse. And after seeing that, I just felt like I couldn't be comfortable contributing to the meat industry or any like animal derived products. So that was like my main motivation for going vegan. And then also outside of the animal cruelty aspect, I'm kind of into environmentalism. So I also learned that the meat industry and animal derived products just like cause a lot of damage to the environment as a whole. So overall, it just wasn't like an efficient lifestyle for the environment, for the animals, and I think also for one's body.
So how long you been vegan?
I've been vegan for 3 years now. I started in January 2020.
So when we talk about this transformation from 3 years back and now, so we all have tendency to learn from our surroundings, or we have our own thought process. So what keeps you going?
So I think something that definitely motivates me to like keep being vegan is seeing that the impact that our dietary choices have on the environment makes me want to keep doing it. I think there's also like some, I would say like selfish reasons as well. I feel like going vegan has definitely like improved my health, and I feel better overall than I was when I was eating meat and dairy. So along with like my personal health and seeing how the vegan movement as a whole is only growing bigger and being more beneficial to the environment, it just motivates me to keep doing it.
So there is a particular lifestyle when you live, which you are living. It is a cruelty-free lifestyle. So definitely you connect to yourself and you have a glow within yourself. And when you're happy from inside, that glow is going to, come to your body, your outside appearance. So how do you connect your food with the mental toughness and mental health in this journey?
So I think something that stuck out to me that you just said was connecting like the food to your body. And obviously this depends on how people view spirituality, but one can imagine that when it's like the animal's last moments of their life, it's a lot of fear and just like a bunch of negativity that you're kind of like consuming into your body. So I think of like secondhand energy. That's one way to look at it. And I think like another reason, I think there's a lot of benefits to vegetables, fruits, like plant-based eating as a whole, that it only contributes to your betterment. Like for example, blueberries are like rich in antioxidants, helps like improve brain function, stuff like that. So it just like overall helps your well-being. And I think it's also beneficial because you can eat on a clear conscience. So it's not like you're worried about like the ethical decisions you make, because you're knowing you're making the best decision for yourself and others as a whole.
Can you explain a little bit, you being vegan foodie, you're into cooking or just having food?
So initially, when I started the page, it was as a foodie to try local vegan restaurants and kind of review them and also be like, hey, there's like a lot of options and you don't have to be not plant-based to have that. So like cheese pizza or like chicken wings, like all of that can be veganized. And then over time, definitely since I started cooking for myself, I became more of a person that cooks vegan food. So some of my content features like reviews and also me cooking. I mean, that's something that I learned how to do. And I feel like vegan cooking is definitely like a skill you have to cultivate over time. So yeah, I'm both someone that enjoys eating food and making it.
And which one is your favorite dish?
I like things that are just automatically plant-based. So there's like a local place called Asempa Kitchen, and it's African cuisine, but all of it is like entirely vegan, and it's just like a naturally vegan dish. And so they have this really good red lentil stew that's like my favorite.
So basically you're from Florida, now you're living in New York. So what difference do you find in a vegan society? Do you find any difference, any change in the vibes? Like, because what on a very personal level, I'm finding that New York is becoming the hub of vegans. So I interact with many personalities, and they are vegan, and they are even as a professional, vegan. They're entrepreneurs in this field. So do you find any fundamental difference between Florida and New York?
So I think there definitely is a difference. So if we think like geographically, Florida is in the south, and I think with southern culture, there's a lot of like barbecue or like a lot of prominent meat in the society. And so I think definitely going to New York was a big switch because there is way more vegan options, just vegan forward in general. And I see that in like local supermarkets, there's like a greater selection of like vegan products, vegan cheese, and even like the restaurants, there's always like at least one plant-based option. And in Florida, like that wasn't the case. And I also see it a lot in like professionalism as well, as you mentioned. So I recently went to a conference and they had like at least two vegan options for every meal. So it's definitely like growing, and it's nice to see that like being supported in like all dynamics, whether it's like professionally or like socially or like at local grocery stores.
And what is this matcha lover?
Oh, matcha lover.
Please
Yes.
tell us more.
I was doing a summer research experience for biomedical engineering. And in our program, we were assigned into like a dorm, and I had three other roommates. And one of my roommates was really into matcha, the tea, and she was making it in the house like every day. And then I started trying it, and I became like in love with matcha. So I put that on my page because it's something that's true. I am a matcha lover, and it's also like something that I've incorporated into my routine.
So your blogs are food based, or they are into physical fitness, sustainability, mental health. So what exactly you pin in your blogs? What is the backbone of your thought process when you write a blog? What comes into your mind when you start writing your blogs? It is just a food centric, or it is a complete lifestyle?
So initially, it was very food centric. Okay, so I think there is like always an important distinction where people like initially assume that vegan is a diet, but vegan definitely becomes a lifestyle. So initially it was about the food, but then I started taking it in a deeper level, like going for like cruelty-free products, like whether it's like shampoo, more into like hiking, more into sustainability. And then with hiking and sustainability, I definitely got more into like a mindfulness practice and doing like yoga on my free time. So it definitely started out as food, but then it went into like multiple topics.
When you look back the challenges when you became vegan, and your friends, your surroundings, the people, those are around you, they tell you. Some people encourage you, some people discourage you. So how did you break those shackles?
So I would say like the first challenge I had was being vegan with my family. So my family is Colombian, and there's like definitely some cultural differences. It's a very meat prominent society. So when I first went plant-based, they weren't like that into it, or they would make fun of it. But I think definitely as time progressed, they became more open-minded to it. And like luckily they're able to be more open to it. And also like not judge me for my choices. But I also found that since like, although I started veganism in Florida, which was 3 years ago, the past 2 years I've been living in New York like entirely. I haven't gone back to Florida. So I haven't really experienced any challenges here just because the vegan culture and like society is like so welcoming and so open. And I think also like specifically with my friends and stuff, they haven't made any comments about veganism, and they've actually been like pretty open to trying it. But I also think it's like the friends I surround myself with too.
So what would you like to give, if one tip you would like to give to people, those are thinking to become vegan, but they're struggling, how to take first step?
I think for someone that's just going vegan for the first time, just to be compassionate with yourself and know that it is a learning experience. No one like goes into veganism like knowing how like which products are vegan or how to cook vegan entirely. I think you definitely like learn, and it is a journey. But it's very worth it in the end. So if you just like stick to it, find resources that help you learn about veganism. I think that's another reason why I got into blogging, because there's this vegan YouTube star. I think she's called like the Cheap Lazy Vegan. And it's just like videos about veganism. So definitely like looking to outside resources definitely helped me make an informed decision, and also like how to implement those methods into like my lifestyle.
So everybody has their own journey. I come across people. Some people say that Aditya, we were in, meditation first, then we started yoga, and then we became vegan, or meat eaters became vegetarian, and then vegan. So the first thing which came in your mind, you became vegan. So are you in yoga or meditation, uh, that kind of a lifestyle, or you're just vegan? And the reason I'm asking you is we always say that Yoga and Health Foundation is an awareness platform. So we can pick one element, either yoga, meditation, plant-based diet. So this is a beautiful journey. And then the whole combination is yogic lifestyle, yogic way of life. So what was the reasoning behind becoming vegan? It was environment awareness, or it is about knowing about yourself, consciousness, or it was okay, being vegan, it is good for our physical body. So what came to your mind when you became vegan? Like, okay, I should become vegan because this is what I'm going to address in my life. This is a big question, and I'm going to face it, address it.
So my initial motivations for going vegan wasn't my physical health. It was definitely like learning more about how like animals are mistreated, and then also the environmental impacts. So I think it definitely was like an altruistic motivation, not like personal motivation. And I think with time, I kind of developed that consciousness that you mentioned, because I also went vegan January 2020, and that was right before the COVID-19 pandemic was starting. And obviously, like, you're in quarantine, you have time to like start these new things. So I was like kind of dedicating myself to vegan cooking, but I also picked up yoga. I started with like YouTube videos, and then after I got really into it, and I'm currently doing like my yoga teacher certification, because definitely like had that impact on me. And then after yoga, and I started learning about like prana, then I got into meditation, and then definitely like I started doing a daily practice, and I definitely felt like a difference. So I think it started off with plant-based diet, but then it like switched into like all these other mindfulness practices.
And what is this peaceful vegan?
So yes, so initially I knew I wanted to kind of incorporate mindfulness and veganism, and so, but I also wanted to like put emphasis on the food. So that's why it's like peaceful, but it's rewritten as like peace, P-I-E-C-E, like piece of something. Cool.
Because right now vegans are peaceful in the world. I hope we are going to the whole pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is peaceful. That's very interesting. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, you were saying something.
I think I just wanted to like emphasize like that part too, because I didn't only want to be about food, although it's like a big portion of my content, but I definitely wanted to address like the peaceful aspect of like that lifestyle.
So in the coming future, do you think yourself as an entrepreneur in this line, in whichever capacity, being vegan?
I do think about it a lot, especially because I'm a pre-med student. So hopefully I'm going into like medical school. And I kind of knew that I wanted to address plant-based living in my medical practice. I'm not sure how that's going to go, because obviously there's like a lot of ethics and stuff with the medical field. But it's definitely something I want to incorporate in my practice. And I also want to like bring to mind mindfulness. So it's definitely something I have considered. It's also the reason why I'm a minor in nutrition, because I want to address how like our food choices affects our physical health.
Yeah, but you're definitely and very easily you can connect your lifestyle with your profession, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, because after COVID, mental health is a big issue. And through your lifestyle, what we consume, we can address this issue, I believe. So you can adopt that thing. So would you like to share your social media handles with us?
Yes. So my Instagram is at the peaceful vegan. So it's the and then peaceful, PIECEFUL vegan.
Wonderful. And what would you like to say about our Yoga and Health Foundation?
Yeah, so when I was like looking into the foundation, I think it's like an excellent resource. I think it's also something I like about it is that it seems very accessible to people. because when I was first looking into it, and I see that you guys are based in Vancouver, I thought the festival took place there, but it looks like it's an online festival. If I'm
Yeah,
correct.
but we used to have physical too, but after COVID, yeah, when this is a once a year event, but we have everyday engagements. So we are connecting with the people across the world. Those believe in certain yogic lifestyle values. So first, the fundamentals are to connect to yourself, and then connect to outside world. And our tagline is, we don't have to become the consumer. So we have to become giver, contributor. So that is yogic lifestyle. So in which we are pursuing people, we are educating people, we are requesting people to involve yoga, meditation, plant-based diet, organic diet in their day-to-day life, and through which you can, have a strong mind, strong body. And once you have this sustainable lifestyle, then our Mother Earth is going to be more happier and more healthier. So that's our mantra, and we are working on that for last 9+ years. We are in our 10th year. So yeah, this is an international phenomena, and people are very excited, very happy to connect with us, and we are learning from each other. And we always say that we all have something to offer. So we have to bring our goodness out and show it to this world. So we all have something good in us. It is about our education, our background. But when do we push our envelope, and that we thought beyond the envelope, and we see like your journey. It's a very fascinating journey. Like one day that thought came into your mind, and you started working on that. So people have thoughts in their mind. They know that, okay, this lifestyle is right, but they don't have courage to adopt that lifestyle, because change is never easy. So very few people, they adopt the change in a very graceful manner like you. So me myself was born in a vegetarian family. So, but because of my surroundings, I asked that question. So then I started learning, and now I'm vegan. So it is all about, that how capable of we are adopting the things, and they got to be good things. So there is no argument that nobody can say that cruelty-free life is not a good lifestyle. But people are slaves of their taste buds. They cannot give up. So I'm surrounded by my friends. Those are meat eaters. They are wonderful people. And I have very open discussion, and we never impose our thought process on anybody. And that's a fundamental of our organization. We converse. And God has given that capability, being human being, that we can learn from each other. We have languages to talk and to put our point forward. So people like, they don't like, but because of this digital world, we can reach out to millions and millions of people, and it's making sense. Especially the new generation, they have accessibility to the information. So if you just type slaughterhouse, then the whole slaughterhouse will be in front of them. So kids need to be taught that where their food is coming from. And so I always say in my talks, like take a little kid to a slaughterhouse or in a field. So if you will take them in a field, they will have a respect for Mother Earth, and they will have the respect for the farmer, how much hard work they put. And in the slaughterhouse, they will see only blood, dead animals. And I was reading, 10 days back, that these animals smell blood from miles away. So when they are taken to the slaughterhouses, they have the heart attacks, and they know they are going to die. So the world is going to change very fast, I believe. And so we are going to get more likely minded people, those believe in these values, and you are one of them. So thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you for interviewing me.
Wonderful. Take care. Bye.
Bye.